Imagine being paid a lot of money to match rich people up together to find love, but also not having a love for yourself. That is basically what Materialists is. And without further ado, we're going to get into my review of this movie. This is one of the most brutally honest movies about modern dating that I have ever seen. But to be honest, this movie is way more real and just raw than the trailer makes it look. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm not gonna say I feel attacked by this movie, but this movie was just real. It was hitting on some real things about love and matchmaking and dating in this new kind of modern age with dating apps and just finding love. And it is just really a really great representation of what it is out there as a single person. And when I watched the trailer of this movie and seeing all sort of the promotions of it, I really thought that this was going to be a classic sort of rom-com with Chris Evans, Dakota Johnson, and Pedro Pascal, and sort of a love triangle type of situation. And it was not that at all, really. This movie felt more of a drama than a rom-com. There is some really great acting, and not that you can't have great acting in rom-coms, but the story itself is just more of a drama and less of a rom-com. It's less cutesy and fun and more yo, this is real. This is real life. And I really loved that about the movie. So Dakota Johnson plays Lucy, who is a high-end matchmaker in New York City, and the whole movie takes place in New York. And I also, just a little thing about that is I really felt like I was in New York City the whole time. And I just like the culture and the fashion, I just felt really immersed in the city, and that was just another kind of little spice that I liked. But you're basically following Lucy, who is a matchmaker for the wealthiest and the ultra-rich people in New York, and her job is basically to match people up based on their interests, their values, and sort of making sure that all the boxes get checked. Pedro Pascal is what they call in the movie a unicorn who does check all of these boxes, and Chris Evans plays this broke theater actor in New York who is just trying to make it, and he's trying to chase this dream still and figuring out his life. So you sort of see the movie does a good job of kind of balancing the class differences between Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal as well, and sort of just that feels really real as well. Especially being an actor in LA, there are people out here that have so much money, and then there's people out here that have literally nothing. So I think the movie does a good job of sort of kind of subtly commenting on the class difference in these big cities and just in life in general. I will say, it did take me 20 to 30 minutes to really warm up to Dakota Johnson. I felt in the beginning of the movie, I don't know, there was just something off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. But then as the movie kept going, I really was oh, she's so great in this movie. She really brought it, and I think that this is a great character for her. I think it's one of her best things that she's done. And honestly, I think I could say that about all three of the actors. Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal, and Dakota Johnson, they bring it in this movie. Are some really great scenes and just some really good, authentic acting. And that is also why I feel it's more of a drama than a rom-com, because it's just real. It's I felt like they were all playing real people, dealing with real circumstances and real problems. And yeah, it definitely took me a minute to open up to Dakota Johnson, her character, but I couldn't tell if it was her character or the direction that was kind of making her seem very kind of robotic and fake. But I think again, her job is very analytical and mathematical. So I think that is where it sort of was coming from. But as the movie progressed, she definitely you saw her open up, and so I think that is where my hesitance with her was coming from. she had somewhere to go, right? There is also an actor in this movie. Her name is Zoe Winters. She plays the character of Sophie, and girl was acting. She was acting. She was great. Phenomenal. I hope she continues to work because she did an amazing job. Great actor. The biggest reason why this movie feels so real is that it's sort of this question of like, what makes a good relationship? Is it love? Is it somebody that checks all the boxes? What are those boxes? And I think the movie makes a decision about what that is, and I don't want to spoil it, but like it just felt really real, and it's a movie that makes you look at your own love life and look at your own relationships and past relationships that have worked or past relationships that haven't worked and why. And I think it's just a great story. I think it's great. It's a great story, man. I really like when I walked out of the theater, my main thought was like, that was like real. Like it was just real. It was a real movie, man. Like it really, like it had all the magic of a movie, but it really felt like these were real people. And I think that is why it really resonated with me, because I'm a real person, I think. But it, like, finding love and finding like your person is something that is very difficult, and something that millions of people struggle with all the time. So it just felt real, and I think I really loved like the subtle commentary on class. And just because someone has a lot of money, does that mean that they're necessarily a great match? Just because somebody is broke, does that mean that they're not a good match? And it's sort of, I mean, it really depends on whatever you value. But that being said, like, I think the movie does a great job of following Lucy and as she navigates what is best for her. And yeah, it's just really interesting. And you see all these different types of people that are looking for love in the movie through these little like kind of quick vignettes and snapshots and stuff about like her client, going like through the perspective of her clients. But and also just how many people like out there, and I know people like that are like this in my personal life, that are just like, so focused on like looks and age and very like a shallow way of like getting to know a person. But these people exist, and I just think it shows the messiness of humans. It just shows like our like indifference, our analytical, like having to figure it all out, like as opposed to just like living and being in the moment with them. But man, shout out to all the actors in this movie. I think they all bring it. Chris Evans is underrated. Chris Evans is so underrated. I think like Captain America, like he's known for that obviously, but like the man can act. Like he was so good in this movie, and like such a believable like struggling actor, even though he himself is like a thriving actor, which is just really funny. But he did a great job, and so did Pedro. Man, everyone just brought it to this movie, to be honest. But I think that people that are expecting this to be like a cutesy rom-com are going to be disappointed, because it's not really that. It's more of a drama. It's like just real, and like and honestly, there's really not a whole lot of comedy. I was laughing for a lot of Chris Evans moments, but like that just is because I'm an actor and I really related with that character the most. But it's really not a rom-com, and it's just interesting that it was how it was marketed. That's like my biggest kind of thing about the movie, is like I just feel like it's not marketed. Like the trailer is just not what was in the movie. But I don't know, maybe it was like intentional, and it doesn't like make or break the film for me at all, but I just think it's interesting. But yeah, if you want to watch something that is like super raw and super messy and leaves you really kind of just thinking and reflecting on your own love life, I recommend. I would love to know what you thought about this movie. There are so many reviews out, and like there's a lot of negative reviews and there's a lot of positive reviews. I'm definitely more on the positive side, but let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie. And if you are interested in more videos like this, feel free to like and subscribe if you are a real one. If you're not a real one, I still love you too. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Peace.